Okay, people, so it is started. It's finally here, and our first film of BFI Flare 2022 is Walk With Me. So this is the feature debut from Isabel Della Rosala. She directed and wrote the theme. The theme. She wrote and directed the film. It is produced by Pinita Chanrazami Lefebvre. Yes. And it is starring Devon Duncannon, Bridget Barkan, and Katrina Gainey. So yeah, the bad thing about Flare at times is the limited information, right? And you want to give everyone a shout out, you know what I mean? Because there's the cinematographer, the makeup, production, costume. Don't have the info, people, but yeah, it is the feature debut from Isabel Del Rosal. So the gist is this: when Amber meets Logan for the first time, she is leaving her husband. The charismatic redhead is the realtor who rents Amber an apartment. Bumping into each other weeks later, Amber can't resist Logan's offer of friendship, and soon the two women are exploring Brooklyn together. Their friendship blossoms into love, but Amber has never been in a relationship with a woman before and struggles to properly let Logan into her life. Will she ooh, will she let her fears and insecurities ruin her first chance at true happiness? With its yeah, that's it. That is it. But yeah. So we open up the film, right? We open up the film and Amber's with her husband. It looks like they're going out somewhere. She's in a nice dress. Um, he's just putting on he's got his shirt, trousers, he's getting dressed. She goes over to him, gets in front of him, you know, and you're thinking, all right, is she making a move? Like, what is she doing? And she does up his fly and she leans in for a kiss, and he just does the turn the head, you know what I mean? Just to like, no one wants that, right? So he does that, and it's mad cold. It is mad cold. So you're like, ooh, something, you could definitely tell something ain't right. Something is not right with this. And they just, yeah, they just don't vibe, you know? So we then see her, she leaves the tube, the subway, as it were, and yeah, she's looking a little bit lost, and this a redhead woman comes up and is like, "Oh, you need directions?" And Amber's all a bit like, "No, no, 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 I know where I'm going." And it turns out they're going in the same direction, because yeah, Amber is looking for an apartment, and Logan is the realtor. So they have this interaction there. Um, And that's when we find out that, yeah, she's looking to leave her husband. Right. So, you know, they bump into each other in the wine store. Do you call it a wine store? Off license? I don't know what you call it. I don't think wine stores have a special name unless it is the vineyard, right? But yeah, that's where they meet each other again. And Logan buys her a housewarming gift, and that's how it all starts. How they, become friends and start talking and chilling and kicking it, right? And yeah, so there we go. And I think I would say the thing I enjoyed the most, the strongest part of the film for me is their relationship, is their interactions, because it felt natural. It felt like honest. You know what I mean? You looked at it and you'd be like, yeah, this is what happens, right? I can see this. I can see these two doing a thing. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing seemed forced. They weren't rushing anything. And it was just like, oh, you had the hesitance, right, from Amber, not really knowing what's going down. And yeah, so we have them, just moving at this pace, right? And so yeah, it works. It works well because you also feel the chemistry between the two of them. You know what I mean? So that's gravy. Now, this film, Walk With Me, it's not it's not breaking any new ground, right? We're not seeing some crazy new take on a situation. There's nothing like that here, but it doesn't make it a bad film. I will say that some of the situations don't quite work, right? So Amber's got a kid. The kid scenes, they're not the strongest scenes, but well, not some of them are. Like some of the talking scenes, they're not the strongest, but I think getting kid actors is a tough one, right? Sometimes they're phenomenal, other times they're okay. Right? And don't get me wrong, hey, the kid ain't bad. The kid ain't bad, but it's just when you have the chemistry between Amber and Logan, like the same kind of vibe isn't there with the kid. But this shit takes a while, right? This guy, it takes a while to master. So that's the thing. You can't expect little kids to be able to nail these things on the giddy up. Now, as I said, she's solid, but it's just it doesn't quite vibe as much. That's it, you know. And then the scenes with the husband, right? The scenes with the husband are a bit odd because we have this opening, as I said, right? And it's mad cold, and you just get this vibe that yeah, shit ain't working, right? Shit ain't working, and it's like he just doesn't want to be near her, right? That's what we get. Now, in a conversation later in the film, like this other kind of scenario is put out there, which then makes it odd, right? Because it's like you kind of, because you're watching it and you see this thing, your viewpoint is one, and then they go with this other thing, and it's not like a crazy scenario or anything like that, but it's just from everything that we've seen, it doesn't quite coalesce. You know what I mean? And you also kind of feel, if that's the case, I don't know, other stuff you feel would have been said earlier in the film, because the initial reaction, again, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. And it goes along with the original narrative that you believe. Right. So that's a little bit mess. Right. And there are times when Amber is a bit like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? Which is fine, but you do kind of feel, right, in today's day and age, right? And I feel she said she's 30 in the film, right? I think we know too much, right? We would have seen films and TV, and there's books and just music, right? So many artists sing about relationships and these kind of things. So you there's an understanding. Now, it's not to say you are gonna be great at them, right? But there is an understanding, you know? And so, yeah, there's certain things that she says, and you'd be like, like, I feel that, you could be the confusion I get, but some of the things you'd be like, I don't know, man. Come on now. Like, I think most people would know that that could be fuckeries, right? Or, you know, whatever. So, yeah, that was a bit, I don't know. But as I said, just the relationship between Amber and Logan, the relationship between Amber and Logan, that's the strong thing. That's the selling point here. That's what really rings true and really does help make the film, you know? So, yeah, it's a solid film. It's a solid debut. And there is a lot here that you go, oh, okay. Yeah, Isabel's got something, man. She's got something, right? Just the way she filmed, like their interactions, their intimate moments. There's a subtleness there, even in like when it gets to the love making and all of that, right? There's a subtlety, there's a light touch that really does bring the scenes to life. And again, it makes you think about those times you've had, so she really does a great job here with those scenes. So you do kind of be like, yeah, I'm very interested to see, what she can do next. I like the way the film ends, right? Now, when I say I like the way the film ends, so we get this comes up, right? And I just thought it's a nice way to kind of think. And it says, if you don't already know that you are loved, if you don't already know that um, that somewhere you have a home, seek it out. If you don't already walk with us, right? And it's just like this nice, because I don't know, man. Like, yeah, sometimes, you know what I mean? Obviously, I can be, caught up in that moment, right? And that, I don't know, there's something about that, those words. I'm just like, oh man, that's real nice. That touched me, man. That fucking touched me. So, yeah, people, walk with me. Now, if you were unable to catch it on the opening night, don't worry, because it is playing on Wednesday the 23rd, right? 6 p.m. in NFT1. It's a good screen, people. It's a good screen. And then it's playing on Friday the 25th, 5:45 in the studio. Studio is fun as fuck as well, man, because it's intimate, right? So at the moment, both of those screenings are showing that they're sold out, right? But here's the rub. If you do want to catch it in person, people return tickets. So if you go on the day or close to the day, and you know what I mean, check at the box office, there may be returns. If not, hey, it's showing on the BFI player until 11:59 on the 27th. That's the Sunday, people. So you have until the last day of the festival to catch this on the on the BFI player, not the iPlayer, the BFI player. So there is that. Now, also, right, the film is on the player. It's gonna have an audio description track, right? Um, and it's also gonna have closed captioning. So yeah, They're making shit accessible, people. You know what I mean? So that's all good. All right. So yeah, I would say give Walk With Me a shot. Because it's nice. And you can see what Isabel can do. Because I kind of feel, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be seeing more from her. Solid performances as well. I will say that. Solid performances from the actors.